And this is an interesting question that, again, was on our Twitter, on our Instagram. You can go check that out, Woodward Sports. And it's a simple question. What Lions tandem will combine for more sacks? And we had this question yesterday with touchdowns. Now we're going to switch it up, go defensive line. So the two players on the left, Aiden Hutchinson and Charles Harris. Two players on the right, James Houston, Romeo Okwara. Now, the question I have for the people and for everyone here, who combines for more sacks? Now, this isn't Madden. You're not going to have 80 sacks between all four.
Yep.
So we
you
have
can't
to
do both.
You can't have both. You got to choose who will have a better season out of the groups of two. Now, Sam, I'll get you the floor first. What do you think? And why is it Aiden Hutchinson and Charles Harris?
Oh, well, it of course is Aiden Hutchinson and Charles Harris. And you know what? I will take it one step further. And I think it depends on your views of certain things, whether you're going to like this or not. I think Aiden Hutchinson has more than James Houston and Romeo Okwara combined. So Aiden Hutchinson on his own will win this. And there's a lot of evidence to that. He is a great player. He obviously was a great prospect, led all rookies in sacks with 9.5, despite the first 6 or 7 games, him not really performing up to speed besides for that 3-sack game against Washington. But you know what Aiden Hutchinson is about to experience? Something that all of the greats of the last 10 or 15 years have done, or a lot of the greats. The second-year edge rusher glow-up. And
Talk to me.
I'm kind of stealing this a little bit because Ryan Ermanni mentioned it on Ermanni and Edwards. I got to give him credit, but I've always had this opinion as well. TJ Watt, rookie year 7, second year 13. JJ Watt, rookie year 5.5, second year 20.5, which is what Aiden Hutchinson's going to do. But I'm kidding.
That's insane. I didn't realize that he went to 20.5 his second season.
JJ Watt was an alien.
He jumped up 15.5 sacks.
That is insane. That's probably...
That
will never happen again. That will never happen again.
Except for Aiden Hutchinson this year when he has 24. No, I'm kidding. When he has 24.5. No, Nick Bosa, 9 his rookie year. Hurt is his sophomore year. Third year, 15.5. What about Myles Garrett? Rookie 7, second year 13.5. Von Miller, rookie 11.5, sophomore 18.5, and even DeMarcus Ware.
That was a man.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't stand the Cowboys, but I love DeMarcus Ware.
Yes.
That's a grown-ass man, dude.
Yeah.
He played a big part on that 2015 Denver Broncos team as well. Rookie season 8, sophomore season 11.5. And I think Aiden Hutchinson goes from 9.5 to 13.5 this year. I think that is what he gets. I think it's because he's going to come in without any rookie growing pains, just hit the ground running. And I think this year he's going to have more help. He's not tasked with just basically lifting up an entire defense by himself as a rookie. James Houston is going to be there day one. You've got Aleem McNeil, who I think is going to break out. Hopefully the Okwaras and Charles Harris are healthy. And I mean, that's all presumable, but hopefully they have better injury luck than last year, because Okwara and Charles Harris, I believe they both only played 5 or 6 games. They missed the majority of the season. And to me, James Houston, this isn't any disrespect, because I just hyped him up big time when the Lions were fraudulently ranked as the 27th best front seven by whatever Sharp. That's a very ironic name, by the way.
Sharp football analysis.
Sharp football
is that
analysis.
Warren Sharp? Is that like his
Yes.
thing?
Yeah.
Well,
Good Lord.
Well, Warren Sharp should be called Warren Dole for that one, but that's beside the point. But I don't.
Man just caught a stray.
That got me, Plano. That got me to cringe. That one got me.
But I don't think that James.
Let him cook.
No, don't let him cook.
See, I don't think that James Houston is going to be a guy that when he gets more snaps, perennially has 15 to 17 sacks. I think both things can be true about him. He had an alien-like rookie year, but there's still a little bit of unknown to him, how he's going to adjust to playing more snaps, how he's going to adjust to playing more against the run. I think James Houston has somewhere between 7 and 11 or something like that. And I think Charles Harris and Romeo Okwara, they might have 3 or 4 each, maybe. Charles Harris is playing more Sam linebacker, and Romeo Okwara, he's coming off of an Achilles. He's never quite looked the same since that 2018 season where he had 10. So I think, I don't know, Aiden Hutchinson and Charles Harris will combine for 17, and James Houston and Romeo Okwara will combine for 14. Give me Aiden Hutchinson, or how about 13? Give me Aiden Hutchinson and Charles Harris any day of the week.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. The reason why I said why is it Aiden and Charles, because I knew you'd go Aiden, because that's your guy. But also I actually agree. I think The reason, too, I'm going with Aiden and Charles is because of Aiden. Like, it's not because of Charles. Like, I think his sack number will be much higher to the point where he just, exceeds Romeo and James Houston. Because I'm with you. I think James Houston, as much as I'm excited for him, I don't know the ceiling of a guy like that. I don't know what.
It's high.
Yeah.
We know that at least the ceiling is high after what he did last year.
Like, how many sacks do you think he can get in his best season? What do you think his potential is? James Houston
with
at
the
his
Lions,
peak.
with the Lions,
or just in general.
I mean, if James Houston was an every down like pass rusher, and they just were like, yeah, he's not really good against the run, but we're gonna throw him out there because he's dynamic, he could be like a 15 sack guy at his peak. I don't think that's unfair.
Yeah.
Like if he wasn't just a third down edge rusher, I think he could get 15 sacks in a season at his ceiling.
Right. So
is that what he's going to consistently do? No.
Yes, especially I think playing alongside Aiden, he can get double-digit sacks. He had a sack a game last year, so I think double digits are fair. But Aiden, I think his ceiling is close to like 20 at his peak. Like I think Aiden could be a 15, 16. That's what. Hey, you're a number 2 overall pick, so you should be. Kayvon Thibodeau, I think it can be that as well. So Aiden should be as well. I think he can be, like you said, this year can maybe bump that up to 13 sacks. Maybe the interceptions go down, obviously, because that man had more picks than Sauce. But regardless, I'm going to go with Charles and Aiden too, because people forget Charles had 7.5 when he played. Now, he got paid and he's been hurt and he hasn't looked the same. But I do think this season, with a better secondary, Charles can get his, 4 or 5 sacks. And by that, you'd equate to close to 20 sacks between just those two. Romeo and James, to me, I think James can get 8, 9 again. Maybe Romeo pitches in like 5, 6. That ain't going to be enough I think it'll be those two combined, Romeo Okwara and James Houston, combined will have like a little more than Aiden. So give me Aiden and Charles Harris, yeah.
I think this is a lot closer than people are expecting. I have the Levi and Charles Harris disease, where I'm not excited for him to be coming in.
Boondog.
Boone.
Boone. All right.
But I'm really not. I could really see this because I think Romeo, he's be on the edge more, so I think he gets more playing time than Charles Harris. And then James Houston, they're both gonna be playing the same. Charles Harris and James Houston. I think James Houston's gonna run him off the field eventually at that point.
But the question is, hold on. The question is, Lucas, and you kind of already answered it a little bit. Is can James Houston be an every down guy?
I think he can be.
But this
Will
season,
he is what I'm debating right now. I'm gonna go with Hutch and Charles Harris because I agree with you guys. I think Aiden Hutchinson takes a second leap, but I think James Houston could as well. That's what I'm debating. Because just because Aiden Hutchinson's going to take a second-year leap doesn't mean James Houston is not as well.
Right.
James Houston has been working his ass off this offseason.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna differ from the crowd. I'm gonna put my nuts on the table. I'm gonna go James Houston and Romeo Okwara.
You know who I think gets underrated too on this defensive, at least in the front seven, and Steve Wiles. I appreciate you, my man, because he put it in there. Julian Okwara. Yeah, I love Julian Okwara.
That's your boy.
Yeah, dude. Like he
yeah, dude.
No, really. Like I like him better than Romeo Okwara, and Romeo Okwara has shown more. I mean, he had 10 sacks in 2018, but I think Julian Okwara, dude, can play outside linebacker. He can line up at the edge. He destroyed the Bears at Chicago.
He's huge, too.
He is.
And he's just an athlete.
Yeah,
like, he could play power forward in the NBA if he wanted to. Yeah. If he really wanted to, he could.
Yeah, dude, he's shredded. No doubt about it. I guess, and people are voting in the poll here. 82% of the people will go with Aiden and Charles, and a lot of that has to do with Aiden. JB, what do you think?
I mean, it does have to do a lot with Aiden, and I'm hoping for that, that big push that we're hoping for him with this year, but I don't know. I think I want to, fan away from the crowd and settle with my boy Lucas over here. Give me James Houston and Romeo Okwara, just because I think a lot of people are sleeping on what James Houston is going to bring to the table this year. He already said he wants to double his sack total in an interview with Ermanni and Edwards as well, too. So it's like, hey, the man is trying to put in work out here, and I think it's going to pay off. So I'm going to stay away from the crowd on this one. I'm going to fade the crowd. I'm going to go with James Houston, Romeo Okwara.
Well, listen, we all want to do things, right? Like, I want to double my bank account. Are we going to make that happen? Maybe. But James Houston's saying you want to double your sack numbers.
He doesn't need to, though.
I appreciate the confidence, but just because the man said it doesn't mean, hey, he's going to do it.
Can he, though?
Until you see it.
Yeah, JB.
Okay.
Jeff's scared.
No,
Jeff's scared again.
So when I try to be realistic, I'm scared.
He just gets him triggered.
field.
He's gonna be Myles Garrett with that helmet to Flannel in a second.
Like, listen.
Flannel's gonna be Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, and Chuck Brewer says, and I won $1 million. Like, I mean, I get it. James Houston, I think, and there's a reason. He's the problem. Like, the guy, and his bendability and what he can do. And someone said it.
What did you just say? Bendability?
Have you seen that, man?
Is that a word?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bendability?
Yeah.
Like, that's one
Guys,
word?
I don't think it's bendability. I think it's just called bend. It's like
I would say
deer.
ability to bend, I would say. His ability to get under the lineman, bendability. It's a word. I'm not saying it's wrong. I was just asking a question there. I've never heard the word bendability. Chat, can we get an answer on this?
I mean, it's not in the Merriam-Webster dictionary what I'm finding, but on vocabulary.com it is a word.
All right. So, we'll give Jeff the slide there.
Am I getting corrected by Toledo native Lucas Klotz?
Whoa. Yeah, you are. Toledo native Lucas Klotz.
Damn, dude.
What is that supposed to mean there?
No, nothing.
Jefferson.
I just state where you're from. That's all I put in the beginning. Toledo
Chesterfield.
native, Lucas Klotz. Hey.
Jeff Iafredi.
Hey. Bendability.
Hey,
It's now a word. I don't care if it is a word. Now it's a
Out
word.
in Chesterfield, they got that bendability, don't they?
Hey.
The property of being
Yo.
easily bent without breaking.
Yeah, there you go.
I didn't hear.
The
Okay.
property
Of course you
of being easily bent without breaking.
Oh yeah, they got that out
See,
in Chesterfield for
did.
sure.
Hey, listen.
right
Hey.
there in that man.
Okay, you know what? It's getting weird. Now, Jason Elder said flannability. Hey, no, I don't know what that
Sounds
means.
like flammability.
Yeah, maybe that's not a good thing, actually. And by the way, the point I'm making is the man has bend. All right, whether it's bendability or flexibility or whatever it is, who gives a damn? The man can bend his body and really defy physics. And someone said that earlier in the chat, and I forgot who it was, but I laughed when I read it. It's like the man defines physics at the line of scrimmage because he really does. And I do think James Houston can, get more sacks this season. But man, who knows? James Houston, he's one of those guys you can't really predict. Like he can come out this season and have double-digit sacks, or I think he can come out and have like 8 sacks. I don't know. Regardless, though, he's gonna be a damn good player.
Just 8 sacks. Just 8, just a measly 8 sacks. That's all.
Well,
I'm messing with you.
Hey, this guy, dude, today,
Trolling
he is really on my ass. After I said,
I am not.
Wait, pause. But after I said Amon-Ra St. Brown can get 1,300 minimum, 1,400, I could see him doing it. And
Listen, it wasn't just you. Flannel was saying the same thing. JB was saying the same thing. No, I'm just thinking. That's all. Not saying you're not. It's just we're thinking in different ways today. That's all it is.
No,
it's okay.